We are back. It's No Apologies on Beck, and we have special guest with us, Tim Young. And you said Tim Young runs his mouth.
Oh, Tim runs his mouth.
Tim runs his mouth.
Tim runs his mouth. Tim runs his mouth.
Forgive me, Tim.
Yeah.
Forgive me.
So the deal is that I follow Tim on Twitter, and I don't stalk, but I watch what you do, and it's hilarious, makes me laugh.
I follow Tim on Twitter now too, as of 1 second ago.
It just cracks me up, the stuff that he has on there. So I DM'd you, and I thought, you know, maybe I could get this guy to come on our show because we do have fantastic guests on this show, and I thought our audience would totally dig you. Plus, I honestly, truthfully, Tim, thought that you and Rick would have a lot in common, and I think we found that out already in the last 30 seconds of talking to you off the air. So
yeah, well, look, I have a massive collection of bourbon that I talk about a lot. I have about 450 bottles in my collection. I was the ambassador to the Kentucky Bourbon Festival this year that I actually quit because they required a vaccine passport to get into it. They decided to make that rule 2 weeks beforehand for an outdoor festival, and I was like, screw you.
Wow.
So, you know, I gave up basically two cases of barrel picks of bourbon that I helped pick. By the way, I did most of the picks for them at that festival and walked out on it. I stand up on my principles, and it's, you know, turned out a couple $1,000s worth of bourbon, but it's fine.
Wow, that must have been a very painful decision. Not difficult, but painful.
It was until, so I announced it on social media, and it was probably the most popular post about the Kentucky Bourbon Festival period when I quit. And I knew I made the right decision when the CEO of the festival's girlfriend started cussing me out via text, and I'm like, oh, get out of here. Get out of here. Like, I don't care. And by the way, I'm one of the few people, I don't care about politics as far as like the back end of things and the business side of things. Dude, if your girlfriend, like, I mean, who sends their girlfriend to cuss somebody out?
That's lame.
Yeah.
That is. That's pretty lame.
So let me ask you, for a bourbon that a person could actually go out and buy somewhere, what would you recommend? Because I love bourbon.
Okay, so here's the thing. Bismarck is one of my hot spots for finding bourbon, and I won't tell you where, anywhere actually. But one of the ones that I really like, you said you're drinking a rye today. I really like Pikesville Rye. It's a Heaven Hill product. I believe it's 110 proof. It won Whiskey of the Year, I think in 2007. I don't know the exact year on it. They have little tags on it that brag about it. But Heaven Hill, the current master distiller, says it's his favorite product that he's ever made.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Wow. Well, that says a lot.
Now I know what to get for your birthday this year.
There you go.
So his birthday last year, I went to one of the places in town that sells really unique alcohols, and I went up to him and I said, I need a spirit for a spirit snob. And they found me something. What did I get you?
Calvados.
Okay, I wouldn't have a clue.
It's
I was just
apple
so
brandy.
happy that he was thrilled with it. So,
Yeah. So
Bougie apple brandy's good.
bougie.
exactly.
You know what? Next time I interview, I'm gonna be in a white wife beater, and I'm gonna feel much less bougie. So, Tim, I want to ask you. You're selling T-shirts, and I can't quite figure it out. It says "Let's go, Brandon." What is that all about?
I know all about this. This is crazy.
You don't know the story. So this weekend there was a NASCAR race, and the crowd was chanting F Joe Biden. And when they were doing it, the interviewer who was talking to a driver named Brandon, I don't know NASCAR to save my life, it was very clear what the crowd was chanting. And she goes, look, they're supporting you. They're chanting, let's go, Brandon.
I love it. Are you getting a lot of traction on that post?
You have no, I mean, dude,
it's all over the net, too.
Why didn't I start a T-shirt store years ago? That's what I'm like. I can't figure it out. Dude, it all started. So this hat is what started it all because I have a tattoo on my arm. No, it's the most important sentence in my career. I don't know if you can see it there. And I loved it. And I made this hat and I wore it on TV a bunch. And then about the 50th person who was like, why are you not selling those? Or are you selling those? I started selling them. And I've sold almost 1,000 of these so far.
Awesome.
And a bunch of other. Yeah, I mean, I've turned into a fashion designer. Who knew?
Well, you did FJB also, too. And by the way, my husband drives, like, we call it his fake Jeep. It's an FJ Cruiser. And I'm like, why doesn't somebody meme that? I mean, with the FJ Cruiser and then Biden after it, I mean, it would be so easy. So that's just me.
I am a capitalist, and I will make anything into a T-shirt.
Yes.
Good for you. And I appreciate that. And before the show's over, I will have purchased
at least
a T-shirt from your site. So
let's go, Brandon.
I'll be one of your buyers.
You'll wear that in the session. That'll be awesome.
I'll start pulling stuff out of the fulfillment center, aka my second bedroom here, and I'll start showing items before I'm over.
That's a good idea.
Sounds good to
Let's
me.
go,
QVC
Brandon.
now.
So you are also the author of 3 books. Two in 2012 that did really well on Amazon, I understand, and the titles cracked me up too. 50 Shades of Romney, 50 Shades of Obama.
Yeah, let me tell you something. The 50 Shades of Romney thing. Hey, way to go into my bio, by the way. You really did stalk me. The 50 Shades of Romney, I was called a socialist and everything else known to man. Literally, I said, I don't think Romney's a Republican. He's flip-flopped on everything. His policies seem liberal. The guy created Obamacare, essentially what was Romneycare in Massachusetts. I think we need to be wary of him. And I was told I was an anti-American, everything you can think of. I got hate mail from the right. Well, look who was right.
That's exactly it, yeah. And then 50 Shades of Obama. And then you followed that up. Actually, about 3 years ago now, you wrote, I hate Democrats, I hate Republicans.
Yeah, let
which
me
is
tell
on
you something.
Amazon. You can buy that on Amazon, by the way.
Yeah, don't buy it. Don't buy it. Listen, it's a great book. I really enjoyed the book. I love it. But the publishing company for it literally did not, their editors didn't edit it very well. It should come with a red pen, and you have to like circle the words in it.
I like that.
It is so poorly edited.
Oh,
And,
no.
Yeah, it's the you know, my dream to write a book. I spend all this time doing it. It's 70,000 words, whatever the heck the book is, and the editor just screwed it up. Listen, just tune in to my little No Things Considered podcast. You can watch me on the Twitter for free. Buy a shirt. Avoid the books. Don't give that guy any money. That publisher, screw them.
Well, yeah, radio definitely you don't need to worry about punctuation. So if that's a problem, I think probably that's a good way to go for you. So tell us where we can listen to that again, because we can't plug you enough times.
So I know exactly. Listen, No Things Considered. You can just Google it. It's where all podcasts are found. I'm filling in for Sirius XM all the time. This weekend, I just got a call earlier today. I'm hosting Amp Fest at Trump Doral in Florida. I had no idea. I'm flying out tomorrow morning at 5 a.m.
Yay! That sounds fantastic. So how do you get all of these crazy gigs? I mean, you've been around for a while, so I don't understand it.
I just make sure that my email is on my Twitter and people email me. I have no manager. I don't know what I have no idea why people love or hate me on the internet, but God bless them all. And my bookings, like, they just come in at random. People are like, hey, you want to come do this? I'm like, sure, yeah, whatever. And I stay busy enough that I don't have to really dig much more.
I love it. Well, I really love watching you on Twitter because it just you're one of those people that when I see one of your tweets, I snort laugh and I'm like, and I love that, because that for me is what Twitter should be and not the cesspool. I left Twitter for a while because I was just like so disgusted. It was so full of vitriol and I just didn't like it anymore. It was not nice. And so your type of humor totally makes me laugh. I love it.
Well, it's full of fake people too, because I had one of my followers was like, I'm going to start sliding. It was a woman. She goes, I'm going to slide into DMs to try to set you up with women here on Twitter because it's amazing that you're single. I'm like, sure, do whatever you want to do. So she does this, and it turns out I was catfished. It was the most amazing week of entertaining catfish.
Good for you.
When you realize it right out of the gate that you're dealing with a fake person, you can have so much fun.